Sorry. Okay, next week I will be pre-recording the video. It will be launched on Friday. And then I will do an update on the Monday as well. And that's due to the fact I have an appointment that day. But any other day, it's Friday. And I will alternate. So there will be times where I will update in the community tab and I will do a PM. And that's so that people, wherever you are, you're all getting, you know, time to actually join me. I can see dust there. So that you can join me at different times around the world. Let's have a look at what's coming through. Ooh, heck. Okay. Got the cards. How are we all doing? For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I'm a twin flame coach. I'm a twin flame. Lucky me. I'm sure we all feel that way right about now. We're going to have a look at the current energy. We're moving into the full moon in Libra. It's a super full moon. Believe it's occurring on the 28th. Heck. Okay, you may start to get to the point where you're feeling you're wanting to move forward with things. Mars and Gemini is going to give you more energy in the next week. But Mercury and Pisces is still making us feel, are we seeing the truth of things? Are we sensing things? There can be, what do we need to cut away from? Some of you might be having psychic attacks. You need to know whose energy it is and where it's coming from. Be very careful. And that's due to the fact we have Mercury and Pisces. And I'm going to pull cards for the masculine, for the feminine, and for the external. And each moment, it's shifting and changing. You can, if you have cards at home, pull the energy. Just to do a daily check-in, which in the future I'm going to be doing daily cards. But I'm going to get a few months ahead, and then I'm going to go into more live sessions for the Twin Flame Collective. There's going to be more information videos. So bear with me while I'm working on that content. Okay. The heart of it for feminines. At the heart of it for the joint energy. Masculines. And karmic energies. And as soon as I said that, I wanted to yawn. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. Listen to your feelings, feminines. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. If you're guided to do something, to make a decision, it may be because next month we are having Juno go retrograde. Now, Juno's going to be in the house of Sagittarius. It's retrograding for 13 weeks. It's very common in a twin flame path that changes can happen around that time. And the connection in a soul connection is very different to a traditional relationship. So, you know, don't get triggered. Not everything's a permanency. When these things change, they're meant to. Trust the process. Rejection is the universe's protection. Move to the road to least resistance. Hello, my love. Okay, so they're asking you, listen to your intuition. What are you feeling? At the moment, I feel a lot of feminines. I'm going to pull a few chakra cards because Mars at the moment is in Gemini. So your daily routine, do anticipate things coming at you. And you're going to feel like a circus clown. You're going to feel like you're juggling many things. It can give you headaches. It's Mercury energy. We also do have currently Mercury in Pisces. So not being able to see the hay for the clouds. How do we adhere to all these responsibilities? And the full moon in Libra is the emotions relating to, hey, I'm needing to create this balance. You're not trusting your gut instincts. Why? Because it may mean something. Okay, cut the cord. Always check whose energy you think it might be. So it may be the attachment of, gee, you know, I feel this person or that person has negative energies around them. And then you're tuned into that individual and then the energy from them is coming through. And I did mention that on Instagram. We're individually having soul healing at the moment. Instinctual energy is this going to be okay? So it might be you're feeling very sluggish, you're feeling very tired. you know, not having time to tune into your creative energies, not having the motivation. It can be because we have Mercury in Pisces at the moment. There's something your intuition's telling you, and it's because some of you might be ready to make a major decision. Decisions change every day. Don't stress. But trust your body. Your body's telling you something. Your body's giving you a heads up. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. Now, the rune I've picked for this collective energy is such... Okay? I'm going to read from the book. It's connected to the Sun and Leo. Okay, the strength, the vitality, it's very heart-orientated. And I do believe today we do have the Sun, not the Sun. Let's have a look at the astrology. Let's have a look at what is coming up. Okay, we have the Sun at 5 degrees, Aries, Moon in Leo. There you go, did Leo. We're doing this Western Australian time on the 26th, which is a Friday. So with the Sun in Aries, we're putting energy into things. We're feeling more vital. We might be dealing with wounds that are coming up, prepping. This can be heart-centered energy, not feeling, you know, looking at our health, looking at our strength, maybe an egoic purge, especially because it's making aspects. Venus currently is in Aries. And we also have, where's Neptune? And Neptune's in Pisces. Where's Mercury? Mercury's in Pisces. Okay, so in love, we're tuning into it. There can be passion, but there can also be anger. The full moon in Libra at the moment, our emotions relating to our heart and being vulnerable and being heart-centered may be a bit difficult at the moment. So we could be super tender. We could be, don't step on my heart. Don't, you know, I'm using my energy. Please respect my energy. But it's emotions relating to having to be strong. Now, the Sun in Aries will give you strength. But because we have Mercury in Pisces, it can be a lot of astro travel, a lot of dream state distortion can come through. If we're chronically fatigued, we can fall into 4D. But you're cutting a cord of an old cycle. So spiritually speaking, it's a bit like a soul walk, and it is a supermoon coming up. So we're already in that realm of it, but it's going through the polarities until it shifts into that zodiac sign, and it's a full moon. So as we move to the 27th, we're going to be having the moon in Virgo, okay? A bit OCD it could be, psychologically, depending on where it falls in your chart, but it can be looking at something very 3D. Like, I need to look at this as, it's a bit like show me the money. Money and words and actions matching. Mars is still in Gemini, so you can have a lot coming at you. But psychologically, because Mercury is in Pisces, you're still tuning into the dream, but again, you could be looking at it very much, okay, away from my emotion, which is unique. What are your emotions relating to maybe critical opinions, viewpoints, quality systems, how you see it going the distance? We're moving into Juno going retrograde. So this is a very emotional, psychological transit for feminines. And it can be for masculines as well, relating to their emotions. In their emotions, there's critical thinking, visualize success. They could be self-loathing towards themselves, and the energy between you. If you get nervous, focus on service. It's in reverse. It's like you're not really knowing what to do. You're not understanding that it's an energy field. So again, Mercury in Pisces, you can't see the hope of the clouds. Now, karmic energy, emotional sensitivity, vibrational, you know, is being affected. So the rune says, Lion, Leo, Sun, Sunday, yellow, fire. Well, Aries and Chiron is in the Venus house, so we're looking at our shadow inside of and our wounds relating to relationships, and where a certain circumstance in our life may be affected at the moment. And if you do go back, I do believe in the Libra video. I do believe on one of the videos I did mention where Aries and Chiron is, and that's because we're going to be looking at those two areas. So if you want to go back and look at the full moon in Libra, it will state where those placements are for you. and how it's going to affect you and what's changing. So you'll be having the wound activated inside of your twin flame path. You can look at your twin zodiac sign as well if you know it, and you'll see how you will be relating to these circumstances. And there can be a way that you need to end something. Something in the way that you're showing up, something in the way that you're seeing things, but it'll be a memory relating to these areas. What does the book say? Success, vitality, good fortune, popularity. Esoteric, the higher self, the spiritual will, enlightenment, divine blessings. Now, in reverse. It's not in reverse. Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, heck. Okay. I'm going to pull another one. Scorpio, black, earth. We're having a full moon in Scorpio next month. Okay, so it's the deeper connection. Flexibility, endurance, protection, change, empowerment, and problem solving. Magical empowerment, psychic protection, and spiritual alignment. It is in the upright, but there might have been, the thing is, it's connected to death, so it's birth, death, ending. It's very Pluto in nature, which we're going to have Pluto going retrograde. We'll feel the shadow moving into next month. Juno's going retrograde. We're also going to be having a full moon in Scorpio, which is Pluto in nature. So a lot of this is being cut out. What doesn't serve us? Feminines are feeling this because you're intuitive. You're feeling it. The energy between you, waiting. I did say this with Shelley this morning, especially in the members zone. We were talking about the fact that it feels like we're sitting in a waiting room waiting for something to come. And we don't know what the diagnosis is going to be. It could be good, it could be bad. But it's in the long run, it is good. I don't know why, but it is. Now, how they're saying things, they're dealing, not feeling. So it's avoidance of emotions are coming out during this full moon in Libra. I'm going to pull some cards. Let's get into it. Okay, what do they need to know about the joint connection? There's a lot to do with marriage coming up, which does make sense. Oh, thanks, Star. I've got foundation in my hair, but, you know, how come hair? Okay, there appears to be something of the joint energy between you. Now, it does make sense because as Juno goes retrograde next month, plus we have the south node of Sagittarius, which is linked to divine masculine, so that's transforming, and it will be till next year. So it is like the Phoenix rising, and feminines are going through a massive transit at the moment, which we can be taking things really, really deeply, seriously, and personal. It's like you let me down, or you hurt me, and it doesn't even have to be divine masculine. It can be to do with our work, to do with love and family. Moon can be family, it's emotions. It can be other feminine energy, so it can be sister against sister, and I kind of mentioned this to you guys the other day. The joint energy between you is like the marriage is on their mind. Traditional relationships, you know, maybe whatever they got into, they felt at that point that was what was authentic to them. But as they've moved through certain circumstances, they've realized it's not necessarily been healthy for them. And it doesn't mean that person's not healthy. It means the initial intent of why they went in, and this is what any connection does. You're in a connection, and if it's meant to stand the test of time, you'll both grow together. If it's not, you outgrow each other and you part. As we trigger each other, we might go into hermit mode, the 9 energy. You regress back, you go into upgrading and healing in the 7 stages of healing. And I feel they're ready to move through this. So there's a bit of anger coming through. At the moment, having the sun in Aries, which is Mars, there is this aggression, passion, sacral chakra energy coming through in the masculines. And it can be in an egoic sense coming through, but it's more they're using a lot of energy. So the utilization of energy in a spiritual connection is a purge of the ego. So, but it's being used on purpose over a 3D human being. So there will be avoidance of that circumstance, especially when it relates to karmic energies. Now, karmic energy can be work, it can be anything. Can you know your twin flame path? So unless it was a personal booking, You know, we're doing it in a round format. Okay, so the Emperor. The Emperor in his clothes. I'm telling you, this is the joint energy. It's what does it mean to be a masculine? What does it mean to be a king? What does it mean to have a person in your life to actually build with and be ambitious with? What does it mean? This can be father energies coming up, injustices in families, parenting, connections. You know, thinking that if you guys were together, that would be the end of it and it would be fine. Knowing at the foundation there is the connection here, but you're trying to be rational and practical. Because there may be some 3D things that both parties will need to tackle. And that's why the energy between you temporarily is in reverse. So both of you know that there's something that will need to be chopped out, moved about, and shifted. Right? Feminines, let's have a look at yours. Listen to your feelings. Good night. Listen to your feelings. What's coming up for feminines? Something's moving. Don't be surprised if by next month and this week, you get contact, because when Juno goes retrograde, a lot of reconnections will start happening, and that's over the next 2 months, 2-3 months. It can happen anytime, but you're more inclined to have that physical movement at that time. Go and look on your Facebook post. It's not real unless it's on Facebook, and look at some of your memories around this time. What was happening? Where were you? It's always an interest, and not all of us have Facebook. I do for work and for my family in Europe, but I don't really look at Facebook unless necessary. I heard the term, okay, I'm hearing that they're watching you. They're thinking of you. I'm hearing that they know that you think they can't see things, but they do. They see things differently. Okay, you're coming through with a mindset, and this has kept coming up consistently with all my clients and the personal bookings and in the members zone. Fresh starts after the Libra full moon. This is in your mind. You can sense intuitively that this is going to be a pretty important process. And yes, for feminines, collectively, this is a very personal and important process. It's a super moon in Libra, which is Venus. And currently, if you look at Libra's chart, the Venus house is Aries. So it is massive in a traditional connection to it. You were dating your twin area. There you go. On point. At this time, always I had a reconnection with my twin or a disconnection. But there was and it might have even been with a soulmate. But there was something major always happening either in my work, which is Juno. It's very Libra in energy, and it's in the house of Sagittarius, which is the traditional place of religion and marriage. So it's being assessed. Are you in a good relationship, Divine Masculine? Do you value me, Divine Feminine speaking? Do you understand the value of what I have to offer? Did you have the art of appreciation through this karmic process? Did it affect your emotions? Was it positive? Was it valued? It's still learning. Every situation is valued. And that's by no means disrespect towards the karmics. It's as we grow, can we grow together? If we can't, where does it resonate? The twin flame connection is there to trigger and grow each other. And yes, the spiritual connection is ongoing. Love and light. Bloody camera. Okay, so fresh starts coming up for feminines. Okay. Some of you may feel people are talking about you. Some of you may feel that people have looked at you in a particular fashion and misunderstood who you are, misinterpreted you, misrepresented you. I feel a lot of you are just getting back into that balance where you're more focusing on your side of the fence. Yes, your masculine has been on your mind, but you have a view of what's needed now. You've got a benchmark. You're like, okay, I know that just because I'm good doesn't mean to say I'm going to get the rewards, but I choose to be such. But if this person sees my value, this is what you're manifesting into your life, which is a kind, loving, caring person, which, yes, divine masculine is, away from the shadow energy. I do feel you feel a celebration coming, but at the moment, it's like you're second-guessing yourself. You're not trusting your intuition because this has happened before. Now, they're in the frame of mind of wanting to make a connection. At the very least, it's, you know, Pages being maybe innocent, it might be playful, but I don't feel that it's like the gestation stage. It's a fresh start. It's the Libra full moon. It's like starting from scratch. They do know that there's conflict here. They do know that there is something that needs to be dealt with, and there's been conflict in the past. They also know that this was in relation to you know, choices and cycles that they got involved in that did get them kind of stuck there. But they do know at the heart of it, this is going to be a change because it is a karmic cycle. So there is a change coming. The foundation is communication in relation to the injustices. They're like, okay, we need to talk about this. Hi, Eddie, how you doing? Okay, I know Divine Feminine's going to want to talk about these things. They know. They're not stupid. They're like, heck, okay, I love this person. I'm going to have to come and we're going to have this talk about, hey, what happened in that karmic cycle? Where were you when your phone was off? Oh, heck. Anywho, let's pull a section. I'm going to grab these up. Now, when I was uploading the videos, I had to come into the games room to do such. So, thus the different set. I was delayed this morning because my daughter wants to get her nails done before her ball. I was like, did you tell Ma? No. No. Okay, let's have a look at this. What is the energy of the external karmic influences at play? And I want to know what the healing is for the full moon in Libra. Comparing notes on growth. Comparing notes on growth. What, with the masculine or with who? Every person's story is going to be different. You're excited for the supermoon. There is this anticipation. This is, being that it's a vibration 5 here, it's massive change. It's a lot of hard work. It is hard work. You guys will get tired. Next month, we do have Pluto going retrograde, which can be to do with, I mean, for America, for instance, you guys are having a Pluto return. You could have things to do with joking, not joking. I hope it's not with me. Like, you know, my path might have been different. I can give example facts, but I'm by no means perfect. I still have work to do in my twin flame path. Always, always. Yeah. Loop. Yes, we are on a loop. But also from a spiritual point of view, when you tune into it being, that's why we don't manifest and we have stagnation, because we're in the 9 energy vibrationally. We're spiritually clearing and healing. And when you are tuning into 2 variables of an outcome, it actually blocks it. So until we can egoically let go and go, good job, you're doing great, and you just let go and you focus on yourself, it kind of loops it, and then it does become that broken record. So no sooner would I actually just tune back into, okay, what do you need to do, YILDIZ? My life would move and it would move. And as I'd go through levels, a bit like Pac-Man or Donkey Kong, I would get the ascension. Okay, what's hidden? Every day is an epiphany, by the way. Oh, thanks, sweet. With foundation in my hair, I didn't even wash my hair back. Jeez. Okay, the karmic energy is looking pretty funky. Bless their possum socks. Okay, they feel they've made sacrifices. And in actual fact, the funny thing is externally, whatever this karmic cycle has been, work, again, moon in Libra can be family, feminines, a twist in the tail. It has been, and this did come up, cord cutting. I don't know what, okay, what hasn't been just and fair? I'm trying to be just and fair to people, trying to be healers and empathically understanding, trying to work with them, but they, they're not wanting to work with you. You can't do that. So it takes a toll. Takes a toll. At the moment with the strength, you're wondering whether you should pour energy into those people, those things. And that's collectively. That's masculines and feminines and all of us collectively. Okay. The ship's going down. How are you going to work with... You go get the bucket and tip the water out. You go get the plug. There's a hole in my bucket, dear Liza. Are you going to help me? Great. Let's work together. Team, tribe, Aquarius. Team Aquarius. And then it don't happen. You'd be like, you can help or you can sink. The boat's going down. This is where we're learning a very important lesson, and there can be some major decisions. So the wound does not define us. It happened. It's inside of us. It can be an injustice, betrayals. The twin flame connection is sacral chakra. It's activated at the moment through the sun. So yes, you could be picking up on that psychic, intimate energy, the chemistry, and you're like, It's funny because I feel that's coming from feminine, not from masculine. Because masculine is embodying the feminine energy at the moment from a perspective of you guys have swapped roles. So now feminines are kind of reacting a little bit like masculines. Who relates? You know, the playful, naughty, cheeky, bit of black moon Lilith there. Yeah, that's what embodying the masculine. Detached. Doing the work. So, what's coming up with the karmics? What about me? It isn't fair. Okay, this can be a mother. This can be a person that is, it could be a mother, a grandmother, a boss. You know, maybe not, they don't want to do the work. They don't want to do the work. There you go. It is chemistry though. The joint chakra is sacral chakra. So the sun's there, but emotionally it's not just that. That's what I'm meaning. That may be a tactic to communicate, but don't think it's all that, because that's actually not what they want. That's their way of showing love, but it's a learned behavior, but it's not. Pass the test. Talk to them. Okay. This person is willing to play the field, but not invest, but then want balance. Okay, in the past, they saw this as a good contract. It was like, I see the potential. All right. What's this about? They didn't think anyone was going to take this person because this person had, and this can be divine feminine or divine masculine. They thought this person had low self-esteem and they didn't think anyone would take them. So it was, what would the word be? Tactical? Tactical, maybe? Not for all. So they literally thought this was forever and a day. Right. What did come as a surprise is something they learnt, really surprised them, and that might have been about the connection. Let's have a look at what this is about. What is this surprise about? There's something they learned. This can be to do with parenting. It can be to do with doing the work. It can be to do with the intimacy and the work that you need to put into good connection. What is it to do with? What is this to do with? Oh, sugar. They weren't really invested. It might have been, if this was a fling or there was a betrayal and it was like rebound, it ended up the same thing happened to them. If this is how they won, the masculine or the feminine over, it's sort of like they were actually the third party, right? They were. So they're like, I see the potential in this. This person more than likely was in a connection, probably with divine feminine. This may have happened to them before, and this is how the healing comes through. is that, you know, thinking, okay, this is a sure deal, whatever that is. And sometimes it's a nest to coop in so that you feel safe. And both energies are healing. It's not a one-sided transaction. Not for any of us. Point blank zero. This person may have had this habit. I want it. Stay where you are. Not wanting to do the work, but very willing to go off on their own. So the energy wasn't placed inside this connection at the beginning. It was wanted, owned, lock and key, put it there, but not understanding work had to go into that dynamic. And so this person felt, masculine or feminine, that they were selling themselves short because this person wasn't respecting them. But how it started is how it ends. Right? That's why I watch myself so carefully. Mucked up years ago. It's like, never again. 7 years of bad luck. 2030. Come correct. Don't create new karma. Okay, strict and cruel. Never do that again. Okay, there could have been a lot of control in this connection. If they still are in this connection, this could be really shaking up by the time we move into April. And that is going to take everyone by surprise. Won't last. That happy luxury ride won't last. And it's funny because it's the Eight of Wands in reverse. It's bloody light. Eight of Wands in reverse. So all the tools taken from them. You know this. You're feeling it, feminines. Why? Because they were focused on the finances, not the give and take. Right? What are they going to do now? Got to pay the ferryman. Very focused on what they get. Maybe angry at the fact that they feel the reason why this person, and this does happen, and it's especially for us when we're healing. Sometimes we can think they only wanted me for my money, or I only wanted them for the money, like that's my role. And I did see something even in the reading in the members zone that was coming up like that, and it was something to do with money was something that was going to come up. And this is the karmic section of the reading, the same thing's coming through. It's almost like initially it might have been for romantic reasons what they felt, then when they were in it. And this is for those where it's romantically based only. I can talk about it in layman's terms of work. Otherwise, we can book a private reading and answer questions at the end. But this person, potentially from a relationship point of view, initially went into it for family-related dynamics, for the look, the view, and then got to a point it was like no real energy was put in, but then had to maintain it, which became obligationary and resentful. It has been money-based. It has been value-based. There's something in it for them over heart-based. This is causing them conflict because they do believe they want that back. Now, if they can't have the person, they want the money. And they can be hitting the pocket. Why? Because the triggers relating to the full moon in Libra, they're like, okay, I'll hit it where it hurts. It's because it's pain, okay? We have Aries and Chiron. We have the sun in Aries, which is, it can be ego for people that can't moderate themselves. And we have the moon in Leo, which is not ego, right? From lower frequency, we go lower and higher. Third eye, intuition. What do I do? How do I? Tactical response. Why? Because they don't know what else to do. It's called grasping at straws. It's like, what can I do? It's like allow this to go. Allow this to flow so your new beginning can come in, whatever it's supposed to be. The road to least resistance, right? These cards keep falling on the bloody floor. They're relevant, obviously. Okay. They're not wanting to let go. I might have to turn this off. There. Now it'll work. Realizing they've actually got to, like, you know, do things traditionally, do things the hard way. Might be getting a job, worried about their security, worried about... See, love is not control. And if we need to control that person, we wouldn't want to be with them. You really shouldn't want to be with them, whoever you are. Be it it's us twins, be it it's, you know, a karmic. Because whatever is meant for you will always come back. And that justice, that's the whole notion of the full moon in Libra. What's justice? Well, is it justice that if universe isn't bringing a toxic situation into your life that you should be partying? Yeah. Okay, just trust the process. These karmics at the moment are going through a tough time. How is that energetically? And I'm saying it energetically because you are psychic. You will feel the energy of another person. It doesn't mean that you're focused on it or you're worried. It means you empathically will feel that person's energy. I did suggest to the members to actually do an energy clearing. It may come in point blank zero, especially moving into the first week of next month, because the recovery mode and that fresh start after the Libra moon is when it's going to hit. Now, technically, it's moving to the new cycle, but it can take 2 weeks. Can take 2 weeks. After 4 years no contact and 12 years in the journey, I'm almost feeling like that's quite common. Yeah, I think you almost do feel like it's like it just keeps showing up in your life. That's what counts. Something's going to happen today. Get back to me, guys. Tell me what it is. Some of you may have a little bit of conflict, but you're going to be able to handle it. But you're going to learn something. I do feel some information is going to come in. The heart of this week, you're feeling doubt. I told you at the beginning of this was coming up, that you intuitively were feeling something, but you weren't listening. You must listen to your intuition away from the ego, because you're going into, hey, what is coming, I did say, is the contract, the connection. It's there. It's right there. Okay, what are the delays? You're going to feel it through your aura. Might be a little bit of ascension, because you'll find you'll be good. And it's not to say don't keep that momentum going. Just be aware if some random energy comes in, something's going down. It's the sign. Any questions? That's so weird, because through the conflict, I was starting to feel like my twin was coming to move with me. More than likely, but again, and then it'll go quiet. You'll feel the heat of the energy. You'll sort of be like, are they here? Have they turned up? Do not tune into the work they need to do. Don't tune into the obstacles and you know, I'm probably the only YouTuber in Twin Flame Path that says, with this point of ascension, you can't be good for anyone else if you're not good. Airplanes going down. You're having ascension. Can you help anchor that person up and send them love and light? You do genuinely. You already do. But when your vibration is down and your auric field is down, you're not doing channelings. You're not guided meditationing them, you know? Mine asked me to apply at his job. When I'm going through the... Usually, they're quite fine. It's after you've purged it, it anchors them up, and whatever you've purged, they purge too. Whatever was the block, because it's matched, it's sacral chakra. One of you has a lot of energy in anxiety in the house. Who is it? Who's here? What is it? There's panic. Somebody's got a bit of panic. Knots in your tummy. Breathe. Breathe. Get your base chakra. Take a breath. Slow breathing. Calm your energy. Take your shoes off. Fatigue dull. Mercury in Pisces doesn't help. It's going to be fine. I'm telling you. Need a peanut bloody colada after this. The good thing is, once Mercury moves out of Pisces, you're going to have some reprieve, and Mars will be in Gemini. You're going to feel like maybe you're a little bit, you might feel a little bit loopy, like, I thought I was going to hell last week. And then you'll be moving into April going, let's go have a socialization. Hey, how are you doing? You know, you will feel more sprightly. It's not that Mars being in Gemini is a bad thing. It's because you add Mars in Gemini. It's social. It's busy. It's the little busy bee. It's communication. You got to be high vibe, right? Don't talk rubbish about people. Come back and karmically get you. But because Pisces is there in Mercury, it's like, huh? Where's the hammock? What do we need to do? You might find your sunglasses in the washing machine, or you might put it in the refrigerator. I've had to go to the shops 5 times this week. And it's because of something trivial. And I'm like, oh, yeah, got to do that. Got behind on my washing. Because Mars and Gemini is too much coming at you. And you're like, oh, so your nervous system's going to be affected. Neptune and Uranus and Taurus is nervous system. But it's the Mars energy transform. It's base chakra. It's agitation. We've got the full moon in Libra, which is your feminine energies. It can be your ovaries, but it's inner child as well. It's emotions. So again, where do emotions come from? Nervous and psychic energy. Breathe. Deep breath in. Laugh at YILDIZ dirty jumper. Blow out. Feels nice. Do you know you can actually get quite... Mars in Gemini has been crazy, I feel you. Yeah, it's like, and you got to remember, Gemini is a jack of all trades, right? So you'll be going, need to do hair and makeup, got to do some emails. What was I doing? Yeah, okay, I'll just do that. It's like being a manager. Mastermind manager, a jack of all trades, and you go, okay, there's oil coming out of the car, got to top the oil up. It's you doing a lot of different random things. And you're going, what just happened this month? Whoa. No wonder our psychology is going. We're like, what? Or going to the shopping centre, as I mentioned to Dawn, and you're like, right, I'm there for bread and milk. And before you know it, like, Dawn, oh, those candles are pretty. And that was the example I gave, and she said, actually, that did happen. So it's getting sidetracked. I did say this year, North Node in Gemini, get a book. To be on point with your schedule, get a book, right? Write down what you have to do that day. And if it's rolling up like a toilet roll, good old COVID-19 toilet roll, cross it off. You're going to see some momentum, but you're going to keep on track. You're like, okay, got to do this today. Got to do this today. On point. Don't leave it tomorrow. Do what you can today. 5 minutes, get it in. Okay, what can I do now? Be productive with time. If you need a break, take a break. Then get on the telephone. I mean, I have to be really practical with time. It's on point. North Node Gemini, you're going to get sidetracked. Before you know it, your mum's called. Then you're like, oh, I've got to hang the washing out. What was I supposed to be doing today? And those of us that are working at home, that's not going to work. It's Saturn, the Lord of Restriction. You've got a lot of responsibility this year. You want to grow. You got to adhere to that. Work hard, play hard, right? Work hard, play hard. You can't play hard if you're not working. You know, it's like things start toppling up and then you're going, heck, okay, wow, like Jupiter energy, South Node, you can have that, but it's okay. Through this process, whatever I needed to do, I want it to move. And masculines and feminines, you guys have gone through a very rigorous washing machine cycle and you're going to be spat out the other side and you're going to be very different in the next 2 weeks. With Mars transiting into Cancer next month, if we're in a cycle or we have, and that is not one of us is immune, if there is an emotion coming up that we haven't dealt with and we keep sweeping it under the carpet, it will rear its ugly head. There can be conflict, but everything that happens is divinely guided. If you're in a karmic relationship and it's very toxic, you could get to the point, especially with Jenna going retrograde well and truly before Mars lands in Cancer, that connection is more than likely going to end very abruptly. Any questions? Super chats, anyone? Otherwise, I'm going to love you and leave you. I will put a community tab up to the next update, right? Because I'm getting back onto April the 1st rates. They're going to be launched soon. I have blocked out a section in the calendar, but the rest of it is open. Book, it's going to fill up fast. If you don't, I will see you every Friday. The Friday, the following. Got to count the date. I will put up a community tab when I will be coming live. If I'm unable to, I'll set the date and I'll pre-record a video for you if I can. But I will update you through the community tab. Otherwise, feel free to book a reading. And I will get on it as soon as possible. Okay, my loves. The April ones will be out soon. Any questions? Do be prepared to have communication. I'll pull 3 chakra cards. I do have a feeling you're going to have communication. Any super chats? Do you have an outing coming up, Michelle? Is there something you're changing at the moment? Because I'm seeing, this must be relevant to you, doll, because it's something to do with the time frame they're showing me. Do you have an outing booked or a shop you're going to? It's something to do with decoration, something to do with furniture. It seems like a shopping mall. It might be dress shopping or something like that. I'm seeing a time frame of you doing something to that degree. It might be you need to go to, this feels more, I'm going to pull a card for you, but I'm seeing something happening where, well, it's saying yes, communication, but it's weird. I'm seeing you at a location and you receive, like, it's either you're physically seeing them or from that day you go to that location, that's where the movement comes. But it's more, it might be for somebody's birthday. There might be an announcement of somebody having a baby shower, somebody having a wedding. It might be to go get a birthday gift or something like that. There is a possibility, but I feel, usually the way my guides work is they're showing the first point first for you to understand. Is there a birthday coming up? Is there something coming up where you would need to buy something for somebody or for yourself? There you go. That date is what they're making reference to. Around 1 to 2 weeks either side is where they're showing me movement. So they tend to give me landmarks. When you ask for time, they give me landmarks. That's what's being shown to me. Oh, bless the possum socks. Tell her happy birthday. Who was the other person? Happy birthday, Mum. That's okay. Who did I miss? Did I miss anyone? Yeah, your mum's been going through some funky things lately, but, you know, she's a bit... Anything about communication for mine? Yours is being stubborn. Oh my gosh, what is up with this one? Okay. That's okay, sweet. Hayley. Why are they sucking? What did you say? The previous communication you guys had, what went down? Because it's coming up for them psychologically. Well, look, the good thing is they're thinking about you. I can tell you that much. But there's something that you guys talked about. They're reflecting upon it. What happened around then? Was there a tiff? Was there a comment? Because there's something they're looking back to and they're like, oh, they're really peeved. It feels a bit sooky over it. He told me he made... Maybe he's angry at himself. Let's pull a card. But there's something you said to him. He's playing it over in his head. So what did you tell him? Because he's upset about it, but it's probably because he believes it. What did you say to him after you found that out? I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the demeanor of the energy. He basically said those girls and I were... Good reason. Okay. He tried following me twice and I deleted both times. Okay, let me break this down. Okay, how long ago was the last time he tried to add you? I heard the term, she drives me crazy. This light drives me crazy. 5 months ago. So it was around Halloween. Okay, do you want movement and communication? You can't keep blocking him if you want communication. Okay, because this person is obsessively thinking about you. Sometimes, then you need to unblock. This is what I mean. Universe gets confused. They're like, Hayley, you want a phone call, but you block me. What do you want? They can find a way. I'm just saying. Where there's a will, there's a way. You know, they usually will find your address. But where there's a will, there's a way. Okay, let's read it. I unblocked him, but he thinks he's still... More than likely. I keep hearing, just chuck a thumbs up or something. Just, is the request there or did you just delete the request? Something's happening today. If you do send a message or put a thumbs up or something, you'll probably get a bit of movement. It's the sign of Leo. We currently have... Sometimes the karmics can make those accounts. I don't feel it was a karmic. You're a Leo. Okay, well, this song keeps coming in, so it must be relevant to you. She drives me crazy. I keep hearing that friggin' song. It's driving me bloody crazy. So you got the fantasy card, you got the overindulgence, and you thinking about you a lot. I guarantee the sacral chakra comes out. You messed him up, girl. You messed him up. He's pissed. Why'd you block me? You might need to communicate. You might need to just chuck a, hey. Hey, hey, hey. What did you do to him? You like, she drives me crazy. I just keep hearing it. I did know what, and look, that happens to feminines as well. It's like, you know, you're right over it. And it will constantly come up in your head and you're like, I am a normal person. I know I'm a normal person. I have had breakups before. I'm fine. Why is this here? Why is this here 20 years later? Do I need mental help? Because psychically, you know, I'll be like, no, move, no, do this, no, move on in a relationship. And then it'd come through in the dream states. And I'm like, heck, I need to sleep, man. And be in a happy mood. And then, you know, somebody would tell me, oh, do you know what? And I'd be like, heck, they want to say you. They can't get you out of their head. I can't get you out of my head, right? They're trying. It's driving them a bit crazy. And he's a bit horny. But it's because the obsessive energy is there. Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to think about this person, but they do have chemistry with you, okay? Did I miss anyone? Emma, hello, beautiful. How you doing, Emma? Oh, thanks, Emma. What's been happening? You been working hard? Are you working hard to play hard? Yeah, I don't know what you did to them, Hayley, but I mean, they've always remembered such. And if we were in a more private setting, I would probably articulate what that is, but I don't think it would be appropriate for, the general public. Are you loving me, true heart? I love you too, sweet. I'm telling you, someone in the house, their base chakra, base chakra and solar plexus is a bit funky. Hayley, my guides are being mean to me. Going to work soon. I know, babe. Beauty, eh? Loving it. Trying to get into balance. Moon, which is mother energy as well. How do I do everything? It's like, what about me? Hayley, it's either your energy or another person's, but I don't know, Hayley. It might be you. And this is, my guides are being mean to me, so apologies ahead of time. Yeah, more than likely. Moon energy is family. Full moon in Libra. Got to bring things to a head. We had to cut something off. We have to cut healthy boundaries. We might want to be fair and balanced. Okay, this could be a very touchy, tender subject, and I don't know if it's your energy or somebody else in the house, and if they want to contact me privately after, I don't wish to trigger, so if you feel triggered, please click off and I'll... Anyway, somebody had a baby, and it might have been a miscarriage. It could have been otherwise done, something else. That energy is coming through. Whose is this? Whose is this? Okay. These bubbies are bouncing in the house. What do you want to know, my love? And I'll give that as free because the babies are in the house. Yeah, I think it's more the energies of the people in the house. So I do know, true heart, yeah. But there is a particular, there's a blockage here, right? And it's very painful. It's very, very painful on the babies. Okay, who? So anybody else as well? Your bubs with your doll. How did that happen? Because, okay, how did it happen? Although I will say your twin does want babies with you, Hayley. Was there something that went wrong? Was it? You don't have to tell me the details. Do you want to know anything? I'll give that to you for free. Do you want to know anything about it? Was there any question you had? There has been a lot of trauma coming up, and I think probably because of the full moon in Libra, these unfair circumstances. It's Venus, it's parenting, it's mothering, it's family conditioning, it's balances, it's work, it's family. Yeah, this is but... So did you want to know anything, Susan? Was there anything you wanted to know, my love? Well, it is the full moon in Libra. We need to do some Venus balancing, which is solar plexus. Dance, sing, moving by the abdomen can move that blockage. It's inner child healing. It's vulnerability. And it's also, it'll be a combination of the base chakra and the sacral chakra. Eat some red foods. Get anchored in, do breathing exercises, and you can also do the yellow chakra. So have some lemon, drink some lemon. It just bothered him. Yeah. The child is around at the moment to help heal them. So it's being shown for them to view it because they avoided it. Yeah. It's going to be viewed, though. It's like this child appears to be coming through in a more adult phase, but it's showing him through dream state. It can be coming through in other people where the avoidance of it kind of seems futile. And now it's getting more comfortable to be able to address it. But you'll find that the reason the child energy is coming up is because they're thinking about it. Yeah. So this is being dealt with, and the reason it's coming through in the ethers for you, intuitively, is because your counterpart energy is thinking about that because it's coming up in their emotions. But I do think it's actually healing them. So it's a positive thing. Yeah. They had a very yucky circumstance with another person. They weren't so nice. Yeah. Very toxic. Okay, my lovelies. I will love you and leave you. Did I miss anyone? That's okay, doll. Come on down. It's $11 something for the twin flame coaching. I mean, you can go and see my makeup video. I went from YILDIZ to ruby red. Do you want more children? Do you want more children? Yeah. Because I'm seeing more. I'm seeing more babies. I don't know, heck. Babies have done my dash. I'm ready for a holiday. Grandkids, hell to the yeah. Feed those babies up with candy and hand them back to Ma. What do you want to know, my love? It just feels, do you have any other children? Because they're kind of showing me. They're showing me you said it's a boy. I'm seeing a girl. So it's almost like that energy is around, but it's reincarnation. That's what they're mentioning. I don't know if they are, Hayley. I don't think so. No. Anywho, my lovelies. Yeah. Anyway, this is going to be one of those transformative weeks. Now, even with my private readings, the Libra moon's come up. No, you'll always intuitively know. You'll know by scanning a photo. You'll be like, is this a person or is this somebody else? Always trust that. Somebody made a fake profile one time. Fools. Saying they were a man. Somebody that I knew. But they were only looking, and this was a straight individual. And they were looking at female clothing and perfumes. And I was like, and the person I knew was very masculine in nature. And I was like, this is not a man. This is a karmic. I don't think so. Goodbye. And it's not illegal to talk to somebody. Hi, that's a you problem. Yes, my name's Hayley. Would you like to talk sometime? That's fine. We can be adults. Goodbye. Head to work, Emma. Take care. I will come back and see you guys later. Please click the bell. I will put a community tab up as to the next one because I'm getting those other videos ready. And you're not or texting. Hi. That's it. Hope you're well. Love and light, guys. Take care. With what, Hayley? You'll be fine. Why are you freaking out? Chuck a message up. What do you got to lose? You got nothing to lose. You either do or you don't. What do you got to lose? It's like nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? It's like what? Rejection? Then what? Nothing. You're not going to lose anything. But then there shouldn't be a problem. So if they're in a relationship, can you not say hi? How do you know if he's happy or not? That's going to be a him problem. You can be, you're the memory. You said he missed. And? Don't then. Which one, Giggle? Okay, the other day, this is the Libra moon, and I'll be perfectly honest with you. This Libra moon is, do you want it? What are you doing? Go and get it. So, have to tell you, I had a lovely video, and at the moment, Libra, which Shelley and I are Libras, our demeanor has changed. Have you not noticed we have makeup on all of a sudden? Because Libra is leveling up. We are earning our worth. We're like, the old me is dead and gone. And if you want something, you have to go and own it. And it's not, I can tell you what to do. It's what do I want? Universe, what do I want? There is a way you can communicate with an individual still having integrity and owning your feminine power. And it's just being you and saying, hey, hi, olive leaf is there. What they do with it is their gold. So Giggle did have a very interesting, how far am I telling this story, Giggle? A very interesting insinuendo video. And it was, all I could hear in my head was, happy birthday, Mr. President. And I was like, heck. And initially it was, no. And then intuitively, the full moon in Libra is, what are we actually doing to get what we want? Now, we're not karmic in nature, and that's why we think better than a karmic. But if you want to be the doormat for the rest of your life, this is who you're going to be contesting. You're not competing with this. That's their problem. If they're going to act all karmic and they're quite willing to take people's husbands and do shady shit and take people's money and use people, that is their karma. You're not doing that. You're coming authentic and you're saying. You sent me a message a while back and you sent an you wanted to join me. I'm sorry, I wasn't in a good place. How are you? What they do with that is their issue. You can be with a person, and it's their role to come correct in that connection. So you come correct with associating with it. What they do with their problem, I still remain friends with my twin. I had never any intent when they were in a relationship to mess with it. They messed that up themselves. I didn't need to help that. That had nothing to do with me. I just wanted to know if he's serious about her or what. You'll know when you message. Hi. How you doing? How you doing? How's two Libras together? Well, my twin's got Libra rising. I think it's hot to trot. Okay, there's no sure deal. Do you want to be XO Beyonce, getting on a Ferris wheel and living life? Would you regret not saying anything? Now, you got two choices. You can dream the dream or live the dream. Pisces is there. What are you doing to take any step? Now, it's like Hermit card 3. Is my knight in shining armor going to come? Now, if there's been fights and things like that, it's a bit different. Now, we've got power too. You give the fruit first, you give the basket later. But how is it going to hurt you? The hurt already happened. You're separated. It's separated, right? So what can he do to hurt you? It's yes or it's no. Anyone can hurt you. You're controlling it too much. You can't control love. Love is a feeling. It's not ego. This is what karmics do. Karmic is like, what can I get out of it? Is it going to be okay? Do you have a job? Do you have your friends? Do you have a house? Haley. You don't need him for anything. Then there's no problem. I'm going to leave it at that because I'm allowing you to overthink this. Grab it. Go get it, girl. It's one text message. Don't do it then. And sit and wonder. I'm not answering that question. I'm going to love you and leave you. Sit with that energy. You don't have to do anything. But if we want something, I'm going to end the conversation there. Breathe. Nobody can do our work for us. It's all our journey. We can be here to support each other. We can be here to challenge each other. Think about it. Otherwise, book a reading or come in the Twin Flame Coach Room and I'll talk to you more candidly. Love you, lady. Bye.